will be able to do the work of Christ very well, because it means heaven is working with you. In Matthew 16, verse 19, look at it here. That's why you must learn to be in the Spirit. How will you be in the Spirit? Is by studying the Scriptures, studying the New Testament very well. So that by the time you start reading the Old Testament, you'll be able to apply it along the principle of the New Testament. In chapter 16, verse 19, look at what Jesus' authority he gave to Peter. He says, "And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." That's the power he gave to Peter here. Why? Because it was only Peter that saw what heaven saw. Others were seeing Jesus as Moses, seeing Jesus as Elijah. But he said, "Look, Jesus, you are the Son of God." And Jesus said, "This was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but my Father who is in heaven." And that's why he gave him that power. See, there's no way you are spiritual that you won't have it good. I'm telling you, I am a testimony. I believe, right from when I met Jesus, I conditioned my life, and he helped me. I walked. He got me a good job because there was sanity at the time where we gave our life to Christ. The companies were existing, work was going on. Nobody was lazy. Nobody was. You rarely see anybody tilting towards church, except those who go to this Protestant where they train you go to university there. That's the only thing you can talk about church in those days. You can't see any young man saying, "I'm starting a church." Who dare you? Or how dare you do that? How dare you do that? We don't take that. What we in our days is academics. So it's only churches like, churches like Catholic, because they have training, university training for those who want to be reverend, and then Protestant. These are the churches you can, because they will train you to university. You will read law, you will read anthropology, you will read a lot, and then you will come out and you'll be living fine. That was the only one you can tell us you want to get involved with. And there was work everywhere. Banking industry, oil industry, all of us were working. And we were serving our God. And we are bringing good, because unfortunately, the Pentecostal that should have cancelled these tithes and just allow us to bring our offering, we were all, deluded, and we're paying tithes. I remember, because I was handing big, I bring it to the church, We didn't know that all of this thing is going to the pocket of individuals. And they keep preaching rubbish on it. Tithe, if you don't tithe. Although Kumu didn't do all of that, he has his own systematic way of because he's a smart guy. But his smartness has now, blown up on his face now. Okay, look at in Matthew chapter 18 and see how Jesus spread this power to everybody. Just like he spread this power to these people who obeyed him. Till today, this spreading of this power is still there. It's just for you to understand Jesus. Look, dispense with all these so-called men of God. Look, get rid of them. They're just for me. He said, "Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." All these powers are there. And interestingly, if you look at verse 19 there, this is authority given to marriage. If you marry, as a child of God, or even as a sinner, and you give your life to Christ, see the right you have. Matthew 18 verse 19. "Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching any